There are a few fashion trends in this decade and in 2025 that I loved 10 and 20 years ago, but they just don't hit the same now that I'm in my 40s, like pink camo, or the frilly socks with ballet flats, that whole combination, or this studded mini skirt that I found. They probably were great 20 years ago and I loved them then, but they just don't look the same now. I wouldn't feel like myself, and dare I say some of them might actually age me. Now that's just me. We're all different people, and some of these trends can look amazing on someone else that's, you know, my age or older or whatever. So in this video, I want to share with you 7 spring trends that will not age you. They look great and they're not necessarily timeless. They are trends and they're part of the trend cycle, but I do think they're fun to wear at any age, and I personally really love them. And so there's a lot of trends like this, but I just am limiting it to 7 in this video, and let's get started. The first trend that I think is ageless. Well, it all depends on how you wear things, but it's a fun trend and it is a trendy trend, but I like it, and you might already have it in your closet, but it's the studded bag. So we are just seeing lots of studded things in 2025. We started off with a studded belt, and now the studded bags are really big. And I think where I really got inspired with this is when I was in New York City, and I just saw lots of women with very regular, normal, casual, everyday outfits, but they had a studded bag. And so I liked that juxtaposition of an outfit with classics and basics, and then they added this studded bag to the outfit. So they weren't wearing like, you know, leather and all studs and huge boots or something and the studded bag. It was a combination of something classic with a little something edgy. And so I love that juxtaposition. I do love this trend, but I do think it's a trendy trend. I would not want to go buy the Kate version of this bag, but I did find one on Amazon that I actually really like. I'll link it below. It's actually a really cute studded bag. It looks very similar to the Kate one, but of course it's not nearly as expensive. But I do think this trend is fun for any woman of any age. The vest started coming on the scene a couple of years ago, and it has been a huge mainstream trend. It's not going anywhere. I think this is going to be one of those like decade-long trends. And this is one that I did wear in the 90s. I like it today when I'm 43, and I liked it when I was 16. But I love the vest, and the reason why is several reasons. One is since it is such a mainstream trend now, you can really find them in all kinds of styles. You can find bra friendly, you can find the more fitted ones, the more sexy ones, you can find the more conservative ones, you can find them in linen, you can find them in silk, you can find them in all kinds of fabrics. And then the other thing I love about the vest is that it's a very easy way to look more elevated even when it's really hot. It almost takes the place of a tank top, but it looks a lot nicer obviously, and you can wear it with a skirt or trousers or a pair of jeans or a pair of shorts. So just a million different options to wear with a vest. It's just such an easy wearable item to have in your closet, and I just think anyone, woman of any age, is gonna look great in a vest, as long as you like the vest, of course. This next trend I think is a little harder to style. It did take me a minute to figure out my groove with this one. I do think this is just one that you really have to play around with a little bit to find the right look for yourself, but it's the white maxi skirt, and it's those white kind of voluminous maxi skirts. They're very much a mainstream trend now, and people are styling them in all different ways, and I really think it just depends on your proportions and your body type. But I think my favorite way is with something cropped or something fitted up top, because the bottom is long and voluminous. I've also worn them with a vest. I've worn them with tank tops. I've worn them, you know, with sweaters. I've really worn these with several different types of tops. I think for me, I just want to make sure I'm not wearing a top that swallows me, so it's not too much oversized, because, you know, with the skirts, it's of course fitted around your waist, but then it's going to be voluminous at the bottom. I think this is really beautiful, and I think this is a great way to wear some of those tank tops and the warmer weather tops, and then you have something nicer on the bottom, so it kind of balances it out. Clean girl beauty, the clean girl aesthetic, is a big trend of this whole entire decade. Gone are the days of the trend of wearing, you know, really dark eyeliner and heavy lipstick just on a regular day-to-day basis. I definitely did that in the 2010s. Now the trend is the clean girl aesthetic, and to enhance your natural beauty and to wear makeup that enhances your face, not necessarily like covers it all up. And so I love this. This is obviously does not age anybody. The other makeup look actually could age us. To wear too heavy of makeup can sometimes, when you get a little bit older, that can actually kind of age you a little bit. But the light makeup, the skincare, the really enhancing your natural beauty and your natural essence as opposed to trying to cover everything up, I love this trend. I've also been watching this totally enlightening class on skincare on MasterClass. Now, I will say I've watched lots of videos and taken in lots of information on skincare and what we should do as we age and that kind of thing. But this class, it's really good. It is very educational, but also entertaining. They really dive deep into which exfoliants you should use for your skin type, what happens when you age, what is working, what really doesn't in terms of the science. MasterClass is our sponsor for this video, and I feel like often when I talk about MasterClass, I talk about a lot of these like women-related issues. Like they have a class on menopause right now, which is amazing, and they have a lot of classes on creativity taught by the experts in this field, but they also have a lot of classes on business, on real estate investing. I mean, there's just amazing courses on MasterClass that are taught by the absolute experts in these fields. I have been really impressed with all the information that I've been able to learn in such a non-committal way from MasterClass. Most of these classes are broken down into bite-sized videos. So I like to watch them while I'm getting dressed, or maybe I'm just having a cup of coffee, or while I'm cleaning my house. And you really get these nuggets of wisdom that you can immediately start using right after the video. I've mentioned this before, but I also really love the class by Carla Welch. She is a celebrity stylist, and she really breaks down personal style in a way that's just easy to understand. And MasterClass is surprisingly affordable. It's only about $10 a month billed annually. Plus, I have a discount code where you can get at least 15% off when you use the QR code or the link that I will leave in the description box. I highly recommend. It is a really just great addition. It adds a lot of value to your life. And let's continue. Another trend that I love for women of any age is I love the ankle cropped jeans. And I do think this is a long lasting trend. I'm sure at some point it won't be a trend anymore, but right now I am loving it, because if you're like me, a lot of the jeans, whenever they were all just only long jeans, a lot of them were too long, and so I have to wear them with some kind of heel or some kind of wedge, and that's just not what I want to do all the time. So these ankle crop jeans are just such a great spring jean. I've been loving wearing them with my chunky sandals, with my ballet flats. I haven't personally worn them with sneakers, but when I was in Paris last summer, I did see a lot of women with the ankle crop jeans and sneakers, and I thought that was really cute on them. On me, I don't really know how I like that look, but I know that can work for some people. And then of course I've worn these ankle crop jeans with just basic sandals as well. But I just think it's a really good spring jean, whether it's in a beige or a light wash or dark wash. But I do love this ankle crop jean. I just feel like it's such an easy jean to have in your wardrobe, and it goes with so many things. And of course, I always like them high-waisted, but you can do mid-rise, low-rise, whatever you like. Okay, this is one of the more funky ones, the more funky trends of this whole video. But I feel like it's ageless. I just feel like whoever wears it, if it's their style, I just love it. And it's the metallic footwear. I really like that. Do I have any metallic footwear? No, I don't. And I don't even know if I'll get any, but I do love it every time I see it. And so again, like the studded handbag, the way that I've loved seeing this on people is when it's a metallic footwear with a more basic or classic looking outfit. It's not like metallic ballet flats and then a silver mini dress with a gold headband or something. It's again that juxtaposition of a little bit of edgy with a lot of classic and timeless. I love it in the ballet flats, but I also love it in the Tokyo sneaker. So I just think this is really cute. It's been on trend for a couple of years. I feel like some of you guys will tell me that you do have the metallic footwear, and so I love this. The retro sneakers. Oh my goodness. I did a whole video on sneaker trends for spring, but a really humongous one is the retro sneaker. And sneakers with everything is also a big trend, like sneakers with dresses and sneakers with, you know, whatever you want to wear them with. It's a really big trend, but I just love these slim retro sneakers. I feel like it's really changed my life into only wearing sneakers when I was doing some kind of workout. And of course they were my workout sneakers or my running shoes or something. And it's kind of changed the way I dress to where like all winter long, I wore lots of jeans and my retro sneakers. Even last summer, and I'm sure this summer I'll do the same thing, I was wearing my linen trousers and my Adidas SL72s. I just really found this a very wearable, easy, fun trend to incorporate into my clothing. Do I look like I'm trying too hard to be a teenager with my burgundy sneakers? I don't know. Even if somebody did tell me I was, I love them. I've just really been loving this. I even just bought a pair of the Adidas Tokyos. I've really just been loving the Adidas retro slim sneakers. I don't only wear Adidas, but those are just the ones that keep catching my eye the most. And I just love them. It's just a win-win for me. So those were a few trends that I am really loving this spring that are trendy trends. They won't last forever. They are part of the trend cycle. And I don't feel like they would make any of us look or feel like we're trying to look young or trying too hard or just feel like we're trying too hard to be trendy. You know what I mean? I feel like whenever we think about trends, we think of just kind of almost like fast fashion, faddish stuff, like fads. But there's just a lot of trends that happen that I think are great for everybody. So anyway, I hope you like this video. You'll have to let me know which trends that you're really loving this spring or this year in general, if they match with mine or if there's something different. Anyway, make sure to check out MasterClass below if that is something that interests you. And I will leave all the information in the description box. Just press the see more button and I will see you next time.